So hi and welcome to I guess it's our second seated TangoStride movement session. My name is Gabriela Condrea. I'm the creator of the TangoStride dance to walk technique. And during this time of social distancing, I can't get together with my TangoStride students, but they have inspired these movement sessions. So if you're out there, any of our TangoStride students, thank you, and thanks for being here today. And anybody else who's joining us, welcome. This session is designed to be done seated. If you feel safe where you are, if you have somebody there with you, or you feel stable standing on your feet, I welcome you to do that, but I will encourage you to stay seated for safety reasons because I'm not there and I can't see you. And if you stay seated the whole time like me, that's great. That's how I'll do it today. So the point is to get moving. We'll do about 20 minutes and just work with what feels good for you. I'll give you some different options, but also I'd love to hear from you. So please write comments and let me know, what works for you, what you have questions about, what maybe you need another modification for, other than what I tell you, because that's actually how the TangoStride walking technique came about too, was just based on what our students needed. So without further ado, I'm gonna put on some music. Start this one over. So let's start with something that I call the balloon guy. And the balloon guy was inspired by all the balloon guys that you might see at like used car dealerships. Jiffy Lube often has them, and they're kind of flopping around in the wind. So this is sort of the signature warm-up that we often do in our TangoStride classes. Kind of flopping around in the wind like the balloon guy. And then you fill in with air and let it go. Now, I like to use the music as like my wind. So imagine the music is kind of what's blowing you around, balloon guy or gal. And breathe in, stretch as big and wide as you can, and let it go. Sometimes they get big and they collapse, and then they stretch. All right, let's stretch this time to the diagonals. Now, if you're having trouble moving one or both of your arms, then I encourage you to just stretch from, think about from your shoulders and your upper arms, and do as much as you can. Maybe this is a big stretch for you, so that's great. And if you can do more, then more. But I want you to try to envision this no matter what you are actually able to do. So even if you're just able to stretch a little bit, or for some of my students, they'll get like a tiny movement, and that's a big deal. So we need to start from where you are. So if that's where you're at, then work with that. Expand and then let it go. I actually had like a pinched nerve earlier, I think, and it was painful. I was like, well, my balloon guy's gonna be a little lopsided today too. But work with what you've got. We're working towards symmetry. That's our goal as far as the image goes. But we're also working with each of our bodies is gonna be a little bit different, and none of us is actually symmetrical. So, all right, one more big stretch. And then let's do a little, this song's ending. I talked a lot. Okay, let's do on this next one a little bit of a twist. So you can put your arms out, or you can hold your hands together. You can do like a fist and a hand. Or if, say, one of your arms, you have trouble moving it, you could pick up your arm, wrist, or hand with your other arm. But let's do a little twist side to side. Try to keep your hips and your knees steady. I noticed that I go this way and like this knee starts to move. I'm gonna try to keep that steady. And breathe out. Breathe in. I should do two to this side because I did two to the other side. So I'm trying to look as far as I can to the side. Oh, and my knees and hips. Use the floor. If your feet are on the floor, go ahead and push the floor to kind of stabilize you. If you were to stand or sitting, I would say try to stabilize your hips too. So if I'm twisting to my right, I'm gonna try to keep my hips like block the other way. All right. Nice and easy. Go at your own pace. I really want you to feel comfortable and quality over quantity. All right. Or you could do it with your arms open. You could hold on to your armrest or the chair. See if that'll help pull you. And then also, if you're feeling Gumby today, like you're getting a good twist, you could hold on to the back of the chair. Let's hold that for a couple breaths and think stretch nice and tall as you're twisting. Keep breathing. If you find yourself holding your breath, then try to maybe let up a little bit and find that relaxed breathing. Let's untwist. And then go the other way. Hold on to your armrest or the chair on the side, or your thigh, or the back of the chair. Give yourself a little more of a twist. And let's let that go. All right, so something I talk a lot about we work on posture a lot, because for walking, posture is important, but also for sitting, posture is important, because especially if you're spending a lot of time sitting, it can be easy to kind of, sink into the chair. So we want to stretch nice and tall, and I want you to think about your sit bones, so you could actually adjust in your chair. Go ahead and wiggle your butt a little bit. And think about your sit bones. I want you to push against your sit bones to grow tall. And we like to talk about like having a crown on your head. Imagine you have a crown on your head. If Joni's watching, I can picture you with the crown you brought to class. So you got a crown on your head, and you want to keep that going straight up to the ceiling. You don't want to tip it forward. You don't want to drop it back or to one side or the other. We're going to try to keep the crown up and stretching all the way up. Good. All right, let's, speaking of the crown and the head, oh, I just said don't drop it. Okay, forget that for just a second though. Let's do a little bit with our neck. Now, whenever you're moving your neck, you gotta be really careful, because you wanna be really gentle. You don't wanna put pressure on anything. So we're just gonna gently look up. Just look up. You don't wanna be, I'll turn sideways so you can see. You don't wanna like crunch your neck back. Just stretch your crown up, and then we're gonna tilt it back a little bit. We'll give you a pass if it falls. So just looking up at the ceiling a little bit ahead of you. And then go ahead and look down, nice and gentle, just so you feel a little bit of a stretch back here. Let's look up one more time, go slowly so you can feel that you're opening here. We don't want to tense anything, and we want to keep our neck long. Good, and then down again. All right, let's go gently side to side. So we're gonna look to one side. Again, we want slow movements, especially for the neck, because we wanna make sure that we're having the time to pay attention to how it feels and if anything hurts. And I'm feeling that pinched nerve right now. So I'm gonna relax my shoulders, looking to one side. Now let's slowly move to the other side. And breathe in, breathe out. Good, try and keep that all lifted, everything lifted. All right, back to the center. All right, now back to the crown. I know that was kind of awkward timing. That's what happens sometimes. Okay, now let's do our shoulders. So actually, let's start, let's do circles. We'll do circles back, circles back. You can do this as slowly as you want. I recommend starting slower and then picking up the pace. This song is a little faster, so it might make you want to go a little faster. But if you want to keep it slower, that's totally fine. You can also relax your arms at your sides, so you're really just letting them loose. Now, if you have some trouble moving your shoulder, some of my students especially will have maybe on one side more trouble moving their shoulder. So imagine you're moving your shoulders together slowly, even if what really is happening on like visually where somebody could see you is one side is moving, the other one's kind of staying still. But try to imagine they're both moving together, because we've actually found quite a bit of success with, just with some of my students. But I think that thinking about moving and asking your shoulder to move, you might be able to get even just a little bit of movement, and that's a win. So we'll take that. We celebrate every little win. Another way you could try it is one shoulder at a time. I know sometimes it can be hard to coordinate both shoulders moving, so I want to give you options. All right, let's go forward now. So we're going to go to the back, up to your ears, and down. Back, up to your ears. I feel myself kind of sinking in the chair. I'm going to push. We were going forward, right? Forward. You could again do one shoulder at a time, or both shoulders. Good. Let's bring the elbows in the game too. Do circles with your elbows. Do you think you're a wingspan? You could, actually speaking of wingspan, you could put your arms out. And let's go the other way. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed so they can let your arms move without any creaks and stiffness. I was feeling that a little bit. Good. All right, let's move to our spine. So one of my teachers said, one of my yoga teachers says, a healthy spine is a happy spine, and I really like that. So I'm going to steal it, even though this isn't yoga, but I'm going to steal that. So let's just work on moving our spine, rounding our spine one way and then the other way. So I'm going to round back and then round forward, arch forward. Good. Go back and then go forward. You could hold on to your chair or two. The front of your chair, back. And then maybe on the sides of your chair to get a good stretch when you go forward. Another thing you could do is hold your hands behind you, or hold on to the back of the chair, so you got some options. And then when you come forward, you can hold on to your knees or the front of the chair. And then, excuse me, did I say forward? I meant back, but at least you can see me. And when you go forward again, good. Now let's make a circle with our spine. And like you're drawing a circle with the middle of your back. And let's do a little bit like a snake. So I'm starting to the right and then going to the left. Now I'm going to start going to the left and going to the right. Getting this wire in the way. There we go. Fix my wires here. You're going to add in those arms, shoulders, elbows. It goes all the way up. And then right. Moving your spine. All right. Let me check the time really quick. Let's see how we're doing on time here. Okay. Oh my goodness, 20 minutes goes so fast. All right, let's do our knees. So you're gonna hold your leg up just under your thigh. And I've got these little lion slippers in case you want to see those. Let's make a circle from our knee down. So like you're stirring a pot with your foot. And keep those shoulders up, stretch nice and tall. And then let's circle the other way. I like my little lion slippers. Also reminds me we're staying cozy, staying home. I hope that you guys are all safe and cozy. All right, let's switch legs. So go ahead and put that leg down and then pick up your other leg. Just a little bit off the floor so you can move your foot without being obstructed by touching the floor. All right, circles one way, like we're stirring the cauldron. A big soup. It's kind of gray today, soup day. Now let's go the other way. Also a good day to plant seeds. I might go do that later. Okay. All right, let's switch legs again, and let's do hold your foot out straight out in front of you, and then point. You're gonna point your toes up, point your toes down. If it helps you can hold on to your chair to help you can kind of keep your composure here. We want a nice tall seat, sitting position. Up and down. You might feel a little bit of a stretch here, and actually let's gently reach forward. Now be careful, I don't want you falling forward out of your seat, so if you need to, you could scoot back a little bit. And then just reach as much as you can. Go ahead and reach forward. Let's take a couple breaths here. And think long. You want to stretch long, looking straight ahead. All right, let's switch feet. So I'm going to take the other lion up, point my toes up, point them down, point them up, point them down. Debbie and Gus also talk about this being like the gas pedal. Up and down. And then let's point your toes up and stretch forward, reach forward. Now, if you're having trouble picking your feet up off the floor, you could do this with just like resting your heel on the floor. I don't know if you can really see I could do the same movement with my leg bent, like heel on the floor. For a stretch, you might not feel as much of a stretch, but you could still lean forward because that's nice on the lower back. Nice and gentle. Good, look straight ahead. And I like this flexing my toe, but you could also point and get a different feel. For me, it's a little more of a stretch when I'm tightening or pulling all these muscles already, and then I lean and wow, feels good. All right, let's see. So, one thing that we've been doing with one of my classes is just working on our sitting down slowly from transfers, or in class since we're standing up and getting down. So let's do like a chair sit. You're just gonna hover, just here at the end of the song, just gonna hover above your seat. You can put your hands like this, or just hold them out, or you can still hold on to your armrest or to the seat if you'd like. But let's do that for 5 seconds. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Slowly sit down. Okay, we're gonna train those quads. All right, so it looks like, let me check here, timing-wise. Yeah, we're right at almost 20 minutes. So let's do our this last song, and we'll kind of freestyle it. So I'm gonna tell you different body parts, and I want you to dance with that part of your body, whatever you feel inspired with the music. Kind of like our balloon guide, but now we're gonna focus on different parts of your body. So let's start with, I'm feeling elbows today. I don't know. Let's start with our elbows. How about wrists? Let's do knees. Whatever you feel inspired to do with your knees. You don't need to copy what I'm doing. Just dance with your knees. Let's do our shoulders and like upper back. And how about our belly? chin. Go ahead and freestyle, whatever, pick another body part and move that. Let's all finish with our back. Oh, there we go. All right, thank you so much for joining us. So let me know what you think about this, if you like it, if you had a good time. Also, please spread the word, let other people know. I think we'll do this every Friday for at least a couple weeks and give it a try. So thank you all so much for being here. When we close our TangoStride classes, we always do a big group hug, and since we're each in our own home or place, because we can't get together, let's do a giant reach, like go ahead and pretend you're giving a big group hug to everybody that's doing this movement session with us. And see you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you very much for being here.